Hey, this morning I wanted to put out an extra video for our YouTube channel, just a little something I've kind of picked up. This is actually from Rod Loy, who is a pastor in the Assemblies of God, and he put out a video recently called How to Lead During a Crisis. And I found a lot of comfort in this stuff, and I've shared it with other pastors here in Lisbon. I've shared it with my youth sponsors, and it's just something I thought I would put out there for those of you maybe right now you're kind of just wanting some direction or want to know what the next step may look like. And this is what Rod Loy came up with, and I found it to be a really big comfort for myself. It has kind of helped me keep it together quite a bit over the last few weeks. So the first thing, he has 9 different things that he talks about, and the first thing is phone a friend. We can process this stuff together. If you have a good friend, someone you can rely on, make sure you take advantage of that. They probably need you just as much as you need them right now. Don't become a hermit. I know we're supposed to be secluded. We're supposed to be quarantined. We're supposed to be social distancing. That doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life right now. Make sure you're reaching out to other people. We are stronger together. Number 2, watch your fuse. So many times I've read about kids in bad home situations. Mom and dad are frustrated. Maybe they're working from home. I know my wife works from home. And it gets frustrating when the kids are all there and it's chaotic. And, we got to keep a check on our fuse. Make sure you're getting enough rest. It's really easy to blow our top when we're tired. So make sure you're keeping a check on that. I gave a sermon last winter, somewhere in the area around December. I think it was called The Giant of Rights. So many times as Christians, we feel like we have a right to be a certain way or to do a certain thing. And the fact is, as Christians, we lose the right to lose control. So keep an eye on your fuse. Make sure you're not spouting off, getting upset, and losing control. Number 3, get exercise. If you don't have a treadmill or a weight bench at home, that's okay. Challenge yourself to do 10, 15, 20 push-ups a day. Work yourself up to that. Go on walks. You can still get outside and go for a walk in the evening, especially now that the weather's getting a little nicer, especially here in Lisbon. Make sure you're getting your heart rate up and getting outside, getting some of that sunshine in your life, getting a little bit of vitamin D. Make sure you're getting exercise. Rely on your anchors. You know what boosts your faith. If it's getting more into a good Bible study or a good book that challenges you or you're going to learn some good stuff from it. If it's just doing a daily devotional. If it's challenging yourself to read through the book of Psalms during this whole pandemic, I would challenge you, do that. Whatever it is that's going to strengthen your faith, do it. Get back, rely on your anchors. Number 5, love your family. Okay, make sure your family knows that you really do appreciate them. That's your home team, right? That's the people who are going to have your back. Make sure you're spending time loving your family. Make sure you're making the most of the time you get with your family. If you're essential personnel, God bless you, but make sure when you're home with your family, you're home with your family. Do your best to not let your work impact your time with your kids, with your spouse. Release what you can't control in prayer. That's number 6. Release what you cannot control in prayer. This is so hard for people, especially like me. I'm not a type A personality necessarily, but I'm somebody who I want to know what's going to happen, right? And God is really stretching me in this time. But I don't know how long this is going to last necessarily, and I don't know what's going to come next. But you know who does? God. And I don't know what the future holds, but I know He holds the future. And so what I have learned is just to release things in prayer. Give it to Him and let Him take control of the whole situation. Number 7, don't engage in friendly fire. The people who have your back, the people who are trying to help you, don't push them away. Don't criticize them. You know what? As a pastor, as someone who is leading during this time, I want to say right now, thanks to my board and my church family who've been incredibly supportive, because I've said from the very beginning, I don't know what I'm doing a lot of times. And most pastors don't. There's no seminary class, there's no Bible college course you can take that'll prepare you for leading in a crisis. And that's just speaking about pastors. Our teachers were not prepared for this. How could they be? Our local politicians and people like that, this is not something that you think about when you're taking office or when you're taking a new job. So try to show grace at every chance you can, and make sure you're showing grace to yourself. Number 8, be realistic. Hey, everybody's going to be making mistakes during this time. Just accept that, okay? People are going to make mistakes. Let's move forward. Don't let someone else's mistakes or someone else's failure ruin your life or ruin your day. And honestly, was it a bad day or was it a bad 15 minutes you let ruin your whole day, right? You make a mistake, move on. A good friend of mine, he told me once, the mistakes you've made in your past, you've only got to live through them once. You don't have to revisit them. You don't have to go back and keep dragging them around with you. And that's so true. If you make a mistake, you know what? Everybody's in unfamiliar territory. Again, show some grace to yourself, show some grace to others. And number 9, and this is the most key thing, guys and ladies, pray. Pray like your life depends on it. Pray like your future depends on it. Take this time to grow closer and closer to the Lord, because honestly, if you're not praying, you're not growing in Him. And Bible reading's important. That's absolutely true. But prayer is the lifeblood of a church. It's the lifeblood of a Christian. It's how we grow in Him. Pray, pray, pray. I challenge my youth sponsors, wear the knees out of your pants. Hit your knees and pray. Pray, pray, pray. That is so vital right now. And most importantly, 2 Corinthians 12 tells us that His power is made perfect in our weakness. We're not going to do everything just right. We're not going to do everything perfectly. But we can trust in a God who knows what's coming and knows what's going on around us. So we just put our faith in Him. All right. Well, I love you guys. I hope that this has given you some comfort and maybe some guidance. And, here at Faith Assembly, you can always stop in or give us a call. Follow us on Instagram if you like. There's some fun stuff over there. And we'll go from there. But God bless you.